this is a Bailey Unicorn Valencia. Going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got the hitch, jockey wheel and handbrake. We'll take you through these in person here on site. Either side of the caravan at the front you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan, and like I said, they are just there for stabilising, they are not there for lifting the van, as it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan if you did lift it with these legs. On the other side of the van you've got your water pump connection, so the water pump simply pulls out and pushes into the side of the van. You can also lock down the cap here, so it locks onto this tab here at the top, so it locks it into place. The pump itself will drop down inside the aqua roll. Next to that you've got your heating and hot water flow, very much the same as what you've got on the side of your house, so you'd never cover that up and you'd always leave it open so it can breathe and do as it needs to. Next to that you've got your gas compartment, so you've got your on and off valve on top of the bottle, gas on and gas off depending on which way you go. It's a reverse thread fitment that goes into the bottle itself, and you've got the gas regulator on the side of the van just here. We've then got the motor mover and wheel nuts, so we'll demonstrate the motor mover while you're here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts so you can see they've been tightened to the correct setting. You've then got two grey waste pipes which allow the waste water out of the van, so the fresh water that goes in the front has to come out somewhere, and you'll have two bits of grey pipe that go into the larger diameter holes on these fitments on the side of the van. Coming to the back of the van, you have your toilet flush tank, so you put your key in, open up this flap, and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. Below that you have your toilet waste cassette. You pull up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. And on the back of the cassette you have an orange pressure relief button, so when you are tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. On the back of the van, on either side again, you have your wind down legs, and again they are just there for stabilising, they are not there for lifting the caravan. On the door side you have a storage locker for underneath the French bed at the rear. You have your mains power lead going to the side of the caravan. You have a 3-pin socket so you can have power going out to your awning, and you have an aerial connection underneath that. You then have two fridge vents. The two fridge vents are there simply to allow hot air out the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in, and behind one of these you'll also find a gas flue for the gas operation of the fridge. On the bottom right hand side here, on the bottom left hand side of the van here at the front of the van, you have your storage locker, and then your barbecue gas point at the front, and your last wind down leg. Going inside the caravan now. Very simple to use control panel. You have power on the left hand side here. You have your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment. You then have your internal lighting and your awning light. At the top you have your voltmeter for the battery on board the caravan. The first thing we're going to do is fill the water system up. So you're going to make sure the control panel's turned off up here for the water side. You're then going to come to every tap on board the caravan and then open them all up on the hot side. So you can do every tap inside the caravan in that same way. You're going to open them all up on the hot side. You're then going to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the van, and at the back here of the water system, somewhere just down here, can't quite see it in the video, sorry, it might actually be to the left hand side of the tank, there it is. That yellow valve there is the drain down valve for the water system on board the caravan. So that yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor prior to filling the water system up. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it'll actually drain all the water out of the system on board the caravan. So they parallel with the floor before doing anything else. Once it's parallel with the floor, you'll be able to come over to the control panel just by the door, turn on the water pump switch, and the water system will start filling. Once the water system is full, you'll have water running out of every tap on board the caravan, and at that point then you can shut every tap off. At that point also you'll be able to start warming the water on board the caravan. So on this control panel just here, you've got a menu button just here which will wake the control panel up. The top option here is the room temperature of the caravan, so you've got plus and minus to set your room temperature. That goes all the way up to 30 degrees, and that is a real 30 degrees, not a I'm going to blow a bit of cool air, warm air at you from the older style Truma systems. You've then got your hot water, so you've got hot water on when this bar is halfway up, and hot water boost when this bar is completely full. Below that you have the amount of power that is coming into the caravan for the heating and hot water system, so you've got 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts depending on what site you're on. Here on site we can run a maximum of 1 kilowatt, and that is the maximum amount of power we're going to run the heating and hot water system on. Below that you have the option to run gas, which is very simple to do. You hit the gas button at the bottom and the gas system will self-ignite as long as the gas is turned on. On the bottom right hand side of this control panel you see a spanner symbol which has some advanced settings in it. If you go into here you'll be able to adjust the heating and you'll be able to adjust the timers for the heating and hot water coming on and off, but for all of this we do advise you read the manual. So like I said, room temperature at the top, hot water temperature below, or hot water on or hot water boost. Below that you have the amount of power coming into the caravan, and then you have your option for gas on the bottom left hand side here. So that is your heating and hot water control panel. Microwave is an eco microwave on board this particular caravan, so you're going to hit the eco button just here and that will allow the microwave to wake back up. Below that you have the oven, hob and grill, and they all work very much the same as your household appliances with your igniter on the front. The fridge in this particular caravan is very simple to use. You've got your mains option just here, and you control the temperature of the fridge on the dial on the right hand side. You have your 12-volt option when you're towing the caravan down the road. So essentially you can set this to 12-volt mode, and that will allow you to use the fridge as a cool box as long as you are connected to a 12-volt supply on the back of the car. So essentially if you've got the black and the grey, if you've got a 7-pin socket, you'll need to make sure you've got the black and the grey socket, or with the single 13-pin plug, it will allow the fridge to work as a cool box. Down below that you have your option to run gas, which is very simple to do. Turn onto the gas mode at the bottom, press in the temperature valve just here and hit the igniter at the same time. If the fridge ignites on gas, it will very simply make this red line here, come round it into the green, and essentially that is your pilot light for the gas system on board the caravan. So when the red line's in the green, like I said, it will come round into there and it'll allow you to, and it'll actually show you that the fridge has ignited. If that ever drops back out of the red, then that means it has failed to ignite and you'd need to go through the igniting process again. Like I said, when you are igniting it, you're holding this the valve just here, the temperature valve, and you hold that valve in once this red line has gone into the green for a further 5 to 10 seconds after it has gone into the green. The reason being is it needs the thermocouple to warm up to allow it to keep burning with the gas system on board the van. If you're wondering where the battery is on this particular caravan, we have actually transferred it from your old caravan, and it's just in that box underneath the carpets. In the cupboard just here, you'll actually see that you have what we call the Aldi heating tank. So essentially, if it's on the minimum here at the bottom with the fluid when it's cold, you're absolutely fine. As long as it's on the maximum when it's hot, then the heating system is working as it should, but it will not hit the max unless it is on the full 30 degrees and working at its full operating potential. If it ever drops down below the minimum, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll be more than happy to help. Going into the bathroom now, the last part of the caravan we're going to go through. Very simple to use toilet system on board this caravan. On the toilet itself, you have an electric flush button at the top, which you fill from the outside. You have the red indicator light to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. So that will illuminate red when that is full. The toilet seat does turn for your convenience. However, when you are removing the toilet cassette from underneath the caravan, you need to make sure that it's very much square on again with the back part of the toilet system. If it is turned at all, it will not allow you to remove the cassette from underneath the van. Down below the toilet you have your grey waste handle. So this grey waste handle needs to be open to allow the toilet waste to go into the cassette underneath. Again, if that toilet waste handle is open when you try to remove the cassette, again it will lock that cassette in place and it will not allow you to remove it. So like I said, toilet seat in the central position to remove the cassette and the grey waste handle in the central position, and it will be very easy to operate then. The radiator in the bathroom, if you have got young ones in the van, please make sure they keep their hands away from it because they do hold heat very well. Just bear in mind, if when it's running at 30 degrees, small children's hands on there could actually be a problem. So just bear that in mind when you are using the caravan with younger people in it. So this is a Bailey Unicorn Valencia. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect your caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.